Okay, so in the from since 2000 this year March, we've been looking at a number of topics about child online protection, and I'm particularly interested. Although my day job is a cybersecurity consultant and IT support consultant as well, and then with the work I do, I get a lot of exposure to a lot of issues about internet safety and internet protection. And about 10 years ago, I began a project talking to parents about how they can keep their children safe on the internet. And I've talked to many, many parents in the churches and other organizations, corporate organizations, talking to parents and caregivers on child online protection. The issues keep changing, and actually, I've seen that many parents are frustrated. Now, so by my experience, I realized that parents are um, frustrations can be put into three main categories. I call it IAM. That's what the I am. I use that acronym IAM. These are the big issues parents are facing, and issues are that the internet is so big, it's it's something that they can't comprehend. They are frustrated. So different parents are having different approaches. And I put them into three main categories. The category number one are the people I call them those who want to ignore the problem. Okay, so they are overwhelmed by the problem and they don't know what to do. So what they do is that they just take their mind off that the problem even exists. Okay, and I tell parents that once you ignore the problem, you you make the risk bigger. It's like standing by a highway and closing your eyes and crossing the way and crossing the highway and believing that some way, somehow, you may be safe by crossing without even looking at the oncoming truck or vehicle. You may not survive. The second group of parents are parents that are avoiding the problem. They are trying to avoid the problem. So they tell their children, me, I don't give devices to my kids. I won't let them use the devices until they're in the university first year or they are 18 years and all of that. It's also a good approach. But for me in this space, and when I look at the trend of cyber and our technological advancement, I don't advise parents to do that. The reason is this. The moment you block your children from using the internet devices, you're also blocking them from the myriad of opportunities and breakthroughs that they will be able to get to survive in the world that will not have any jobs. So children can now collaborate, they can now entertain themselves, they can learn, they can create, they can do a lot of things by the devices that are in their hands. Sometimes we mistake the device to mean that it's a gadget for entertainment, but there are greater things this kid can do, and that's one of the reason why I'm here today. So I won't go into that much. The last part is the part I call about manage the situation. So, and that's the reason why I'm doing this. I want you to have the competences to manage all the issues that will come. So you are a manager of a company, your job is to manage problems. And as far as you're a parent, you are a manager of a home and you should be able to manage the home and all the issues around the home, including the digital life of your children. And that's what I think we have a problem with our age. Now, I categorize internet users into three main blocks. Those who were born when they were 20 years before the social media evolution came, I call them the digital dinosaurs. And I use the word dinosaur because they are people that normally are not so excited about the digital. There's a second leg of people we call them the digital immigrants. Like I'm in Ghana, I travel to Sierra Leone, or I travel to Liberia. I'm an immigrant. Because I go to America or UK, I'm an immigrant. So I'm here to learn, and that's the people that were born when they were teenagers, and then the social media came. The last group was what we call the digital natives. And no matter how powerful you are, you can't go to any country and know the country better than the natives in the land. That's their world. And there are people that were born into that kind of world. And funny enough, I'm very sure that most of us here, our children will fall within that range. The people that were born into the social media space. young between the age of 7 and 18 years. They are all digital natives. So the way they see the world is different. And that is why normally the way they use the internet is also different from how we will use the internet. Unfortunately, today, the dynamics are changing. So let me jump straight to my topic for today. Parenting in the age of digital kidnapping. Now, kidnapping is a word we all know, the same way we know about bullying. Then we actually added a term to call it cyberbullying. We know something about stalking, like somebody following you around and trying to get information from you. In the physical, we call it stalking, but we have what we call digital stalking or internet stalking, social media stalking. We know a lot about other things like kidnapping, and then we have a digital kidnapping. So how different is digital kidnapping from what we call the normal kidnapping? So let me define it. Digital kidnapping is a theft of the pictures of minors. When somebody steals the picture of young people and sometimes use the pictures and pose as them or as their parents. Commonly done to review private and sensitive information that negatively most of the time affect the child's life as they move into the future. And if I define everything, I may end up talking about all that I want to talk about, so I will hold it here. So practically, how does this kidnapping happen? It happens in a number of ways. And please open your eyes at this point. It happens in a number of ways. The number one way this happens is through what we call identity hijacking. And what does it mean? So identity hijacking is the same as identity theft, where somebody can actually use your identity to use it for his advantage. All right. So, for example, somebody can pick your family profile on the social media or on your phone and create a new family with a new philosophy and a new name. Okay, but everything around that family is yours. Your face is there, your children's face are there, your husband's face is there, your wife's face are there, and they create that family on another social media profile that is you and your family, but they have a different name and they have a different philosophy and they have a different stuff. So let's look at one of them. Let's take for example that a gay man takes your child's photos and then post on their wall and said that we have adopted 2 kids, and the 2 kids that they have adopted, they are kids. How will you feel like somebody say, I've adopted these kids from this parent, and these are my kids legally, and they are gays? You may not be able to subscribe to it. You have not given your children to any gay person, but they have a picture of your children, and they are using them and telling the whole world that these are my kids, and we have adopted them. We are gay couple, but we have adopted these kids. It can happen to you. It can happen to you. Your children can be, what do you call it, kidnapped in that way. A lot of fundraisers are on the internet who are making a lot of money, and they can use your children's pictures and stuff to be soliciting for help. That these are my tickets I picked from somewhere, and they don't have mother, they don't have father, so they kind of profile on social media, and they are raising funds from parents. And that face on their advertisement or on their profile may be that of your child or that family. What is the other way we can also look at it? We can also have people who use the virtual data to physically kidnap your child and then solicit for money from you. I mean, somebody. Okay, please, somebody say she can't hear anything. Is it a common thing to everybody? Are everybody hearing or we can't hear?
We can hear. Some of us can hear.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So Mr. Moses, please check your settings. Maybe it's from your side or a network. All right. Okay. So physical kidnapping. How does it happen? So let's assume that, and I'll come to how it will work. So how does physical kidnapping works. So there in cybersecurity, when we are doing cybersecurity, we do a course called ethical hacking and countermeasures. And during the ethical hacking countermeasures, there's a course, a topic I teach. We call it reconnaissance or footprinting. Now, whenever I say, for example, a cyber can say, I want to hack somebody from EcoBank. Okay, I want to hack somebody from EcoBank. Or maybe I want to hack a government official. What you do is that you look for information about the person, and the information you get you closer to your ability to attack the person. And that's what we call reconnaissance. So what do? I go on social media, I pick the person's name on social media, and I Google the person's name. And I will have a lot of information from LinkedIn, Facebook, and la la la. And then I will also get to the point I will see somebody say, that is my father, and I go on the person's time, people are tagging you, I will see the person, I'll be documenting it. And I will know, okay, these are your children, okay, that I will document it, and I will actually befriend your child on social media. I'll befriend your friend on social media and start talking to them. And the more I do that, I get a lot of information. But when it comes to attack on cyberspace, it's about data. Once you don't have data, you are not powerful. The cyber criminal is as powerful as the information about you in his hand. Now, what happens these days? People, okay, so I'll come there. So people can get data, and out of that data, be able to get to the physical location of your child and then kidnap them by impersonating somebody around you. And I don't want to just jump the gun, but let me do this. For example, you wake up every morning, your child is 5 years old, you put this picture there, and they say, we are having a party of the child in our house. Now, once you take the picture and put it, the cyber criminal takes it up. And then you say, we are at the school doing a birthday party at school. The cyber criminal take the picture. With these two pictures, the cyber criminal will be able to determine where the school is, where your house is, how you go to school. And I'll come to the reason why this is possible. The cyber criminal can go to your caretaker of the school and have a lot of information about your family and convince the authorities taking care of your child to give the child free to the person and can take the person away. And I'll come to that side. So hold on for me. Let me go to another concept called spoofing. Okay. Now, spoofing is a technical term we use in cybersecurity when we want to actually bypass a firewall. So a company has a network architecture that is so protective. And I want to enter into the company's network and steal the data. And as I'm trying to do that, the firewall determined that I am not a legitimate user. I don't have a credential to enter that system. What I will do is that I will be able to use other programs or bots to mimic my traffic to look like a familiar access credential, which that firewall will not be able to determine whether it's a stranger or not. So what it basically means that I will disguise, okay, so I will disguise myself or my packet to look like a known source, and then the system will allow me to enter. Okay, that's how it is. So spoofing can be applied to emails, your phone calls, and stuff. So let me take a very simple way we do spoofing. Sometimes you'll be there and somebody will call you. And let's assume that you have saved the number of your wife on your phone, like sweetheart on your phone. I can use my own phone, you don't know me, and call your line. And then the number that will appear on your phone like your wife. And the number will say that you will see the caller ID saying that sweetheart. If your husband is called James and you have made it only James, then the call will come through and the caller ID will read sweet James and stuff like that. Now, the moment that happens, then you actually have the belief that James is calling you. Is that not it? So, if you are in the house and a call comes through and the caller ID says your husband, if that's the name you have saved it, automatically, psychologically, you assume that my husband is calling me. But what happens is that I can use my own phone to now deceive the system, and the caller ID will come like your husband's phone. Meanwhile, your husband is not calling. So that's one of them. We call it spoofing attack, and it's one of the things we do a lot in cybersecurity landscape. So how are cyber criminals using this particular technique to get what we call the virtual kidnap. So you are home, and I call you, and when I'm calling, the name of your teacher, the teacher of your child, number is popping up. That's the number of spoof. And then when you picked it, I just said, hello, my name is James. I'm a kidnapper. I've kidnapped your child and the teacher. Now, I know that you stay at this location, your child goes to school at this location, and then this is the name of the granny, this is this and this is that. And I tell you all the history about your family and about your life. And I tell you that in the next 2 hours, I'm expecting you to put $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, depending on how much they know you can afford at this particular location. Someone will pick it up, and then your child will be released. When I do that, you will not think, okay, you will not think of calling the police. You will not think of calling the teacher, because the teacher that you want to call, his number has been used to call you. As far as you are concerned, this same number I want to call is the number that is calling me. So what do? I can't call the teacher. I can't call the caretaker. I can't reach my child, and the man who is on the other line has all the information that make it very, very critical that the person knows what he's talking about. Now, let me tell you something. If the person is actually using a spoofing strategy, what is that he has done is that he has actually sampled the data about you through your social media postings, and they can use that one to forcefully get whatever he wants from you. And because you will not think, you will dump the money before you realize that your child is not even kidnapped physically. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Now, all the things I've talked about are scary, and they can happen to anybody. But who is making this possible? Who is making it possible for kids to be kidnapped digitally? Who is making it possible? It's a parent. It's a parent. There is a new concept called sharenting. It's from two words, share and parent. And this means that it's a community data. And what it usually means is that parents are now sharing too much data about their kids on social media. Too much. Today, the first generation of parents, 20 years, 30 years, 40-year parents, and I've seen grandmothers who are as aggressive on social media more than any other young person I've seen. There's a professor in one of the universities I actually did a seminar for, and he became a friend. And anytime I go on WhatsApp status, I see him posting the grannies, the children, their wives, and the man is very old, but he posts everything about his children and their grandchildren. Everybody is a professor, and I know he doesn't know what the implication of what he's doing, so I forgive him. I normally tell Daddy, be careful about this. Just this week, I was working on my status, and I saw one of my friends. It's a lady friend, one of my long-term lady friends, and she's married with 2 kids. And I saw the younger one, a girl, on another guy's status. The guy actually was trying to do a training with us, but we don't even have a personal relationship with the guy, but I have his number. So I saw that picture. I said, and the guy has put inscription under the picture, this is my baby girl. I love her so much. Something like that, and then put a name there. So I screenshot it and sent it to my friend. Say, is that not your daughter? He said, yes, that's my daughter. Where did you get this picture from? I said, somebody's status. I said, how? So I went into my database, picked the data of the gentleman, and sent everything to my friend. And then he and the husband went around calling everybody, trying to get a number. And they realized that they don't even know the guy from anywhere. So I think the guy saw the picture was very nice. He's actually using the picture on his paper. And that's dangerous. And I will tell you that implications when these things are happening. My friend is actually a photographer. She does a lot of photography as hobby. So she takes a lot of pictures of the children and put them on social media a lot. And that's when I took the opportunity to talk to her about some of these dangers. Now, that's what's happening today. Today, people get pregnant, and before even the babies are coming, we take pictures and down on social media for people to see. And there's a picture you can see here. The man has the wife is pregnant, and they attend the whole world that the baby is in the baby. The baby is not out yet, but the pictures of social media. So we are celebrating the first birthday, the first time the child was actually have a shave, the first laughter, the first walk, we take everything. The babies are dressed funny, and when we joke with it and take pictures on social media, that's what parents are doing. We want to laugh with them and have fun. And these are things that we think they are normal, which parents should do this. We are doing it. And these things that you actually populating on social media is also building a profile that any other person who has access to your network can use it again in many, many forms. So let's assume that, for example, let's take, for example, that I want to do any project and I want to have kids. And sorry, let me take this one. The last time I was checking, there was a report that some even porn stars use kids and populate them on the pornography site. Okay, because they want to have traffic. People do crazy stuff and they want to have a lot of traffic, and they bring babies. There are some research that was done in the US. They said that young people that go on dating sites, if you have children, you can easily get a girlfriend. So people can even use your children as their own to be on the internet saying, I have a kid, but I'm single, on dating websites. And these are very dangerous because anything can happen. We are building a profile for your children. So tomorrow your child will go to somewhere for some, but they'll tell you your father is a gay, or your father is your mother is a lesbian, and because some lesbian or some gay or some hooligan is using them as their own, and that is populating a profile for them for their future. That's dangerous. So if we can stop doing that, I'll say yes, we should. Let the children have their privacy, enjoy themselves, and then let them grow up and be responsible for their own lives. So let's go on. So what do I say at this point? At this point, I'm saying that you can't stop sharing your pictures of children because maybe that's what you want to do as a parent. But before you post those pictures, selective. Selective. What picture are you posting? Okay. Be careful what you post, because if whatever you are posting today, what is making you post the picture today is not going to be there forever. Brother, I'm excited. My child is 1 year old. I'm happy. Or I'm excited. My child can walk now. You are excited, but what I mean is that is what is compelling you to put that picture there. The question is that if tomorrow that excitement is gone down, will you be proud about the pictures you are putting there? That's the question. The second thing I'm going to do is that I want us to look at the privacy settings of the devices and the application we are using to post those pictures. It's important. So I'm going to do this. If you look at any of the platforms they are using, whether they are using Facebook or Instagram, you realize that there are opportunities for you to set a privacy setting that will limit who will see what. So I'm going to do few demos, like 3 demos, okay? The first demo will be on what do you call it? I'll do WhatsApp and I will do Snapchat before I come to Facebook. Well, let me do Facebook first. Okay, let me do Facebook first. So I'm going to do Facebook. Okay. So this is my Facebook account. Okay, so I'm doing Facebook now. So this is my Facebook wall. All right. Now I want to put a picture of my son here. So I come and pick, maybe there's a picture I want to put. So I pick this picture. And then the picture is loaded here. Just forgive me. So the picture is loaded here. When the picture comes, realize that I can click the top here and I see by default, the picture is going public. What it means is that anybody on Facebook outside Facebook can see it, the picture. Anybody within Facebook, outside Facebook, anybody Instagram can see it, because Instagram is owned by Facebook. So the picture can be circulated everywhere. That's what it means. So when I'm going to post my picture, I want to now go and look at the privacy, whether my picture will go to public or whatever. The second leg is talking about friends. Friends means that your friends on Facebook. So what is that? If I click on this one, I'll click here, it means that those my friends on Facebook will see. But you know that you and I know that your friends on Facebook, more than 90% of them, you don't know them in person. You don't know what they do. You don't know who they are. You just have friends on Facebook. Some of you have 500 friends, 1,000 friends. You don't even 20 of them physically. Then you have what we call it's a blacklist. Okay, so friends accept. So when I come here, I mean friends accept. You can just go inside there and then just say, I don't want this guy to see, I don't want this guy to, I don't want this guy, I don't want this guy to see, I don't want this guy to see, and I click save. Once they save, the picture goes, Facebook will make sure that these people that I've said they should not see it. Now let's go back. Then we go to only me. So some of you want to put a picture there, but I don't want anybody to see. You have to come and click here, and you can actually do close friends and all of that. But I've done something. I've done this called my family album. So if I want to do anything about my family, I have created one here called my family. So I customized it. I created it myself. So how do I do it? How do I do it? So let me show you how to do it. So you come here to Facebook and you go to friends list. Okay, you see there. When I click on the friends list, let me leave this page. So when I click on friends, I can come and create a new friends list. So let's say, for example, we can just make it any name. Gallery of maybe your family is called Atta, so Atta family. Or we can just make it like that. That's the name. So gallery of Atta family. Then you create that. Now, when you create this gallery, you can then come to this place and manage this by doing what we call edit. Now, after I've done this, what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to call all the people in my family who I think that if I'm celebrating my child's birthday, I want them to see. If I'm celebrating my child's whatever, so I can go through and say, okay, this is my friend. I want you to see. I can just pick them, or I can even query them. I'm calling maybe Atta. Anybody called Atta will just my family friend, my family member called Atta. So I'll call the Atta people, and then I'll add them, all right, to this. And once I do that, it means that that family list are the people that will see anytime I put anything. So I finish. I've created it. Now I come to Facebook again. I want to put a picture, and then I pick my family picture. That's my child, presumably. So I come here and I say this picture I'm sharing it to only Atta family. So I come and click Atta family gallery, and I can write anything. What it means is that this picture I'm sharing here is going to be seen by the Atta family people. Nobody else will see it. Now, I tell parents again, before even you do this, anybody within this family people you are sharing with, make sure that you tell them that they should not really share them. Otherwise, they also share them, and then your work here will be useless. All right, so that's Facebook. I'll go to Instagram. So how do you do it on Instagram? If you want to do Instagram, so let me establish how you can limit the people that see your stuff on Instagram. So I'm going to share something on my phone. So I'm sharing my phone. So this is my device. So I come to Instagram, and then on the Instagram, how do I can just share anything, okay? Now, if I want to share anything on Instagram, what then it means that anybody can see it on Instagram. But Instagram actually brought a feature recently called your inner circles or your close friends. So I come here, and if you look at the last but one from here, the last but one, this one, okay, it's called close friends. So I can just tap on my close friends and then tap this. So I put my family members who are on Instagram, I want them to see. Or if I have friends I want them to see, I can query them, okay? Then I can put them inside that. So I can just be picking them like that. and then I will add them to that list. Is that okay? And so that's what I can do. All right. Then I have a family close friends. If I don't want to do that, I can just go on my typical normal Instagram. I'm going to share a picture. Okay. So you can see me, or maybe this is my screen. So I'm just taking a picture. So I take a picture of my screen, and this is my child's picture. So I want to share this picture. The moment I want to share the picture, you see the close friend. Oh, sorry, forgive me. I think I'm doing the demo outside. Okay. Can you see now? Forgive me. I was in a different screen. Okay, so can you see me now? Please, are you there?
Yes, we are here.
Okay, so I'm doing the Instagram. Okay, so the Instagram, how it's done is that if you look at my screen, I have the down here, down bottom here. I've touched it. Okay, the down there. If I click on the down there, you see I will come to my normal home page, and I have the 3 dots on the top here. Okay. When I tap on the 3 dots on the top here, you see the last but one has close friends. I can click on the close friends, and Instagram afforded the opportunity to add anybody I think is my close friend. I want them to see. If this is my family, I want to do that. So I can just be adding them. If these are the people you want to add, you can just add them like that. And that is it. They are part of your close friends. You can even query your close friend, like me, I'm called Atta. So I create Atta. And Anita is my younger sister. So I put her as part of them. Okay. And then anybody that I think will be, if I put them inside, I'll put them inside. I can just remove them if I want to remove them, depending on what I want to post. That's number one. So I create that. Now, if I don't want to do this, I can just come back to my Instagram. And then if you look at the top there here, I can just click here and then take a picture of myself. Okay. If I take the picture, this picture automatically has the close friend icon at the down there. What that means that when I tap on that one, it will be shared to only my close friends and not nobody else. So I tap on the close friends, and then it's shared on the close friends I created. Okay, to only them. Okay, let me delete them because I don't want to share to them. So I delete them. Okay, so that's Instagram. Now let's go to WhatsApp. So WhatsApp very simple. I think we have been doing it. So WhatsApp, I come to WhatsApp, and then I have this is my WhatsApp platform. So I come here and I say, I tap on the 3 dots, I go to settings, and then I go to accounts. When I go to account, there's something I call privacy. I tap on the privacy. Now, for information, please don't use your children on your banner or your what you call the profile, okay? Because there's nothing you can do about it. Because look at this. If I tap on the profile, I have 3 options. I have the option to share to everyone, to my contacts, or to nobody. Now, the WhatsApp has a status. They say that you have been putting everything 24 hours, you get missing. It's here. So status is here. Now, it has the blacklist and the whitelist architecture. So I can say my contacts. That's where you're sharing the pictures to. Whenever you put your status, that's the people I want to see. I want all my contacts to see, except, so if I don't want somebody to see, I can just pick them. I don't let these guys, don't. So the people I'm picking, I don't want them to see. And then when I say, okay, those people will not see the picture. Okay. Now, I can also say that share with only these people. What it means that I can pick my family members alone and then put them. So I can look for my family member, maybe family member 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can put them into that box. What is that? Anytime I put into my WhatsApp status about my kids, only these people I've selected will see it. Okay, so this is a very simple you can do to save yourself the trouble of giving your data to everybody in the world to see. All right. So that's the three things I will do. I can't do all of them because I don't have all the time. I don't want to do the Snapchat. And so I know the major ones are the Facebook, the Instagrams, and then the WhatsApp. So I've done the three. Now let me go on with my slides. So when I come back to my slides, the third thing is that don't give away your location. And that's sound very simple, but let me explain to you. Anytime you take a picture of your child, okay, the location services, or what we call the GPS architecture, when you are looking for some places and all of that. Sorry, give me a minute. So don't give away your child's location. Now, how does it normally happen? What happens is that anytime you take a picture with your phone of your children, especially, make sure that the feature called location services, most of the smartphones, where they are, once you scroll down like that, you see there. The location services is there. If you take a picture with the phone, when the location service is there, it takes what we call the GPS coordinates, the numbers of the location of where the picture was taken. So if you take that picture and put it on something and say, we are home, having party, having fun, and a cyber criminal takes that picture, he can actually put that picture into a bot or a software that will give the location of where the picture was taken to the person. So you can know that, okay, your house is maybe in Dansoman, your house in this place, the house is in Senegambia area, if you're in Gambia, or in Koto area, whatever. So that will even make the cyber criminal work and come to your house, if that's your house. If you take a picture in the school and then the location service is there, the cyber criminal can take that picture and walk to the school of the child. So dangerous. I did an experiment here in Ghana. We took one big company like that, and then we took their staff. And we're looking at the picture they put on social media. We pick their pictures and we can simulate a platform that can take us to their homes. Their homes, like where they were staying in, because the picture give us the coordinate of their houses. And we're doing an experiment for some training. And we're telling them, the company, that this is what you do. Like, we can come to your homes. And if somebody wants to attack you, it's very simple. So the social media, if you are putting things there, you have to be careful. Make sure the pictures you take don't carry the location alongside. I think you have to also bear in mind that you have to follow what we call the golden rule. What is the golden rule saying? You wouldn't want someone posting a picture of you without your consent. That's the golden rule. If you don't want that to happen to you, don't do that to your child, because at the stage, there are some stages of your children, they may not want their picture to be there, but they can't consent. They can't consent because they don't have the maturity to say post or don't post it. They have to be considerate by applying the golden rule, because in France, there's a law that a child can sue his parent for posting embarrassing documents about them, because they are building a profile of them for their future, and they may not want it. I don't know how the laws of Ghana will change in the next 10 years, so be careful what you're posting now. And then also remember that the internet does not forget. The internet does not forget. You may be emotional, happy, excited, sad, and put it on social media. But when your emotions and everything is down, the internet doesn't change. For them, they don't have emotion. It's algorithm. It will be there forever. Be careful what you do. Finally, what do we do as parents? Questions to ask yourself before you post anything on social media. Question number one is that, why am I even posting in the first place? Why am I posting this? Pause a bit and ask yourself a question. Why am I even posting this child's picture on social media? What is the essence? Why? Why? Once you get a reason why you are posting it, and the reason is tangible, and the reason must be very tangible in the next 20 years, the reason should be tangible in the next 50 years. When you are a grandmother, a great grandmother, you should be confident, and that reason is good for you to send the picture. Number two, would you want someone to share it about you? What do you mean? Can you be comfortable if any other one person take the picture and use the way they want to use it, in the way, in the format they want to use it, in the way, any style they want to use it? Are you going to be comfortable with it? Will the child be embarrassed in the future? Or now, if your child get mature, would he be embarrassed by the picture you post on social media? If you can't answer this question very well, please don't post those pictures. 3, is there anyone in the universe who shouldn't see this about your child now or in the future? If that is true, then be careful how you put it, or otherwise don't put it at all. And finally, is this something you want to be part? Whatever you are posting is going to be part of your child's digital footprint. Well, tomorrow when it's going to work, they will actually take all those things. And I don't know what stories that people will pick around whatever you are posting today. So parents, be careful how you handle your digital life. Thank you very much and have a good evening. I will allow you to ask questions if you have them, then we can continue from there. I'm waiting for your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Ato. Mr. Maron here, Barra. I just want to ask whether if somebody mistakenly, if I could put it like that, put a picture and wants to put them down in social media, can it be? Thank you.
Okay,
but let me just congratulate you for that brilliant presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. So what normally happens is that whenever you are using any social profile, any social platform, whether it's Instagram or WhatsApp, when you are setting it up, they will normally pop up a very interesting form called license agreement. Okay. And then they will tell you to read the license agreement and accept it. And in my cybersecurity, I've been very, very apt with advising people, not parents, because I teach corporate organization on most of the cybersecurity issues that they confront. And I tell them, you have to take time and read the license agreement. Because the issue is that even Facebook, for example, will tell you that they have the right to use your data, whatever you put there, with or without your consent. So Facebook tomorrow can take your picture and sell it. And you have no way to charge them or send them to court because you have actually signed a license agreement. Facebook has said in the license agreement that when you are tired of them and you want to actually clean your data, you can clean it up to the point that you have made a decision. But whatever you have done in the past, you can't take it back. So you can clean it so that nobody can, no player can see it. But whatever you have actually done there is on their server. You can't clean that one. And these are all in the license agreement we didn't read. So what you can do is that you can actually go there and remove whatever you have actually put there that you are not confident today that it should be there. Remove them. That solves 50% of the problem, because then the third parties will not have access to them again. The reason I'm saying 50% is that the other 50% is that those who have actually shared the platform are now owning those pictures. The system will not allow you to take it down because they now legitimately own those pictures, and it is part of the license agreement Facebook put out there. Okay, so you can start solving the problems here a bit, but if from today, from what you have heard, be careful that you don't put, even on your WhatsApp status, don't put your children's pictures there if you can't manage it well. All right, sir? Is it okay?
Yes, please.
Okay, so thank you for your question.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
My name is Ben.
Okay, Ben.
Yes, boss. Thanks for the presentation. Very nice, and I hope the awareness will still be going on, so most parents and then everybody will know what to do to help save their child, especially their presence online. My question has to do with the sharing of pictures, especially in Facebook and your album. I've not tried it, but I just want to ask, if I resist or I choose close family members to only view my post or my pictures,
Okay.
is there a tendency of somebody, get another Facebook friend who is not part of my close family, having access to that picture, viewing my album, in case I've not made my album also not private, or let's say every friend of mine can see a picture in my album, but with that particular picture I posted, I made it to close circle family. Are other friends able to view it in my album later?
No.
That's my question, please.
So that's it. So once you tell Facebook that I don't want people outside this category to see, they will not see it. Okay. They will not see. So if later they even come to your album, the privilege is that you will see it in your album, that they don't have the privilege to see that picture. So if the picture is in your album, they will not see it because they don't have the privilege to see it. Is that the way we do the active directory architecture? So all of us can be a sharing file, but a common share platform. But when I go there, things I see, when a person comes there, there are things they cannot see. The challenge is that when the few people you trust also have trust for other people and they share with them, that's what you don't have control over, because then they may not share it with a lot of care the same way you share it them. And that may be the challenge. But Facebook will make sure that your back is good. I think it's not 100% guaranteed, but to a larger extent, nobody can see it if you are using that the privacy settings very well. All right. But if those we are sharing to, you are not confident they will keep it in secret, then that's where the potential problem may arise. Are we good?